So television has undergone so many changes in the past 5 to 10 years. We've seen the advent of streaming, we've seen these big mergers, but nevertheless, people still want their entertainment. So now I'm with Nick Smith, Executive Vice President, Formats and Licensing with All3Media, to talk a little bit more about how that landscape is changing. So to begin, you have a wealth of different IPs under your belt. Can you tell me a little bit more about them?
Sure, yeah, so All3Media is one of the leading independent production distribution groups in the world, headquartered in the UK. We have lots of brands that people are very familiar with and have loved for many years, from high-end dramas. Recently we've had The Tourist and Trigger Point, to Midsummer Murders, which I think often is quoted as being the most traveled show around the world. It airs in so many countries everywhere. To entertainment as well, things like Gogglebox, soaps like Hollyoaks. We've got something for everyone, really. And we have been, I guess, in the licensing space, we've been a little bit more reactive over the years when people have come to do deals with us, and we've appointed agents for some categories, but now we've taken a step to really push into licensing. We've created a division to look after licensing our IP, and we've got lots of things that are launching in development and that we're here to talk to people about at BLE, so we're really excited.
Awesome. Sounds amazing. Like you said, you have a little bit of something for everyone. I'm a huge Hollyoaks fan.
Okay.
And I actually discovered it while living in the States.
Ah.
And then a huge one for you has been Traitors. It's everywhere. There's an Australian version, American version. So how are you continuing to grow that product beyond the TV show?
Yes, the Traitors has been a phenomenon. It's in 27 countries around the world now. It's the fastest growing format in the world. And in just less than a year since it launched in the UK, we've got lots of products that are launching here this year. So we have a board game, a card game. We've even got cloaks. You can have Traitors cloaks for Halloween or for Christmas. So we're really excited about the partnerships that we've got there with companies such as Goliath and Ginger Fox and Rubies. We've announced just yesterday that we're launching an immersive experience for the Traitors, so you can come along and play the game, see if you'd make a good traitor, or if you'd be able to suss out who the traitors are. And there's lots more stuff that's in development for next year. So I think there's a real big drive for people to really be able to be immersed with brands. So we've got lots of interest, and we had some really exciting meetings here at BLE.
Awesome. And then what elements within your formula make it perfect for licensing? So you have these shows, how do you take them from screen to stand, let's say?
Yeah, I mean, I think every show is different, and I think that's the key thing, is to acknowledge what the strengths are of each show and what its unique points are. We work with a lot of really smart licensees who are a lot smarter than I am and can often spot how shows would fit into their specific specialisms. With something like Sort Your Life Out, which we've brought to BLE, I think it really hits with the trends we're seeing right now for sustainability and for really caring about the environment. And so we're having some really great conversations about how we can use the popularity of a really feel-good show like Sort Your Life Out to encourage consumers to think about sustainability in their habits.
Awesome. So speaking of Sort Your Life Out, you already talked about how it's evolving as a brand, but how do you see it as this very kind of global brand, which is what your guys' aim is?
Yeah, indeed. Everything we do, we're looking at how we can do it global. We're an international company. Sort Your Life Out, although it only launched in 2021, it already has 10 versions being made all over the world. It's doing really well in France on TF1 and various other countries. It's got universal themes, which I think is the key thing. I mean, I don't want to ask you about your home, but I know that my house could use the Sort Your Life Out treatment. Actually, I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks from the show as to the things that I can do to kind of improve there, and we're bringing that into the brand space to take those, not just being able to watch the show and pick up the tips and tricks, but actually buy the things that will help transform your home.
No, that's definitely the beauty in kind of a show like that is you kind of have the licensing built in. Have there been other properties where you've kind of had to think outside the box for where one may fit?
Yeah, there is. I mean, we have a lot of game shows. So game shows are quite easy to do in certain categories, such as board games and card games. We're really successful with catchphrase and with lingo in those spaces. But something we're doing new now with catchphrase is that we're launching a website where every day visitors can come on and they can try and guess the catchphrase of the day. So there's an animation that plays. They have their timed as to how quickly they can do it, and then they can share that and see if they can beat their friends and family. So there's lots of kind of little fun plays that you can have with our brands. Yeah.
Awesome. And then what can we expect from key All3Media brands rather in the future?
You can expect everything, I think. So we are looking at, we've never done things like plush lines before. We've got some great interest in doing plush lines from some of our brands. So we're going to go into territories that we haven't gone into before, that there's demand from consumers that we've had on our social media. Now we hear directly from fans of our shows and they're saying, why can't we get this? So now we're making sure that they can. So.
Yeah, that's definitely the great part. You have shows that really help engage with social media. So I also want to touch on that as well. Do you see social media very much, like we already talked about, but influencing the trends that are coming down the pipeline? Do you listen to that just a lot more across the board?
Yes, we do, and even in some of the shows that we produce, we listen to the comments on social media in terms of how we shape the show going forward. So we definitely look at that in terms of trends, and it will definitely inform our licensing decisions as well.
Awesome, that was a wonderful answer and a great way to close. So hopefully, as you can see, All3Media keeps their finger on the pulse and keeps evolving with the licensing industry. Stay with us for more updates from Brand Licensing Europe, and remember, it starts here.